Portland, Oregon, November 24th, 1971, the day before Thanksgiving. A light rain fell over the tarmac as passengers boarded Northwest Orient Flight. Among them was a man in a dark suit, a thin black tie, and a white shirt. He carried a briefcase. On the manifest, he had given his name as Dan Cooper. A clerical error in the press would soon rename him forever. D.B. Cooper. He took seat 18C near the rear of the Boeing 727. He ordered a bourbon and soda. He lit a cigarette. To the passengers around him, he was unremarkable, middle-aged, quiet, polite. Shortly after takeoff, he handed a folded note to the flight attendant seated near him. She slipped it into her purse, assuming it was a lonely man's phone number. Cooper leaned toward her and spoke softly. "Miss," he said, "you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." Inside the briefcase, she saw a tangle of red wires, a battery, and what appeared to be sticks of dynamite. His demands were precise: $200,000 in $20 bills, 4 parachutes, a fuel truck standing by in Seattle. The crew relayed the message to the ground. The FBI mobilized, and for the next 2 hours, Flight 305 circled above Puget Sound while authorities scrambled to meet the demands of a man no one could identify. Witnesses aboard the plane described him as eerily calm. He sipped his bourbon. He paid his drink tab. He offered the flight attendant the change. When she was frightened, he reassured her. He was, by every account, a gentleman. At 5:39 p.m., the aircraft touched down in Seattle. The money and the parachutes were delivered to the plane. In exchange, Cooper released all 36 passengers and 2 of the flight attendants. He kept the pilots, the flight engineer, and 1 attendant on board. Then he issued a new set of instructions. Refuel the plane. Fly southeast toward Mexico City. Keep the landing gear down. Keep the wing flaps at 15 degrees. Fly low, fly slow. Under 10,000 feet. He knew, somehow, exactly what a Boeing 727 could do. And he knew something else. The 727 had a rear staircase tucked beneath the tail that could be lowered in flight. At 7:40 p.m., the plane lifted off again into a cold, black sky. Somewhere over the forests of southwest Washington, in freezing rain and darkness, a warning light flashed in the cockpit. The aft stairway had been opened. Cooper stepped into the void. With the money strapped to his body and a parachute on his back, he jumped into the night, somewhere over the wilderness between Portland and Seattle. No one on the plane saw him leave. No one has seen him since. The manhunt was immediate, and it was enormous. The FBI called it Norjack. Agents combed thousands of square miles of dense mountainous forest. Soldiers searched on foot. Aircraft flew wind patterns overhead. Ponds were drained. Rivers were dragged. They found nothing. No parachute, no body, no briefcase, no fingerprints they could match. The serial numbers of the ransom bills were distributed to banks around the world. For years, not a single one surfaced. Then, in February of 1980, an 8-year-old boy named Brian Ingram was building a campfire with his family on a sandy bank of the Columbia River, a place called Tina Bar. Digging in the sand, he uncovered 3 bundles of weathered $20 bills. The serial numbers matched. Nearly $6,000 of Cooper's ransom, buried in the mud, decayed but still bound by the rubber bands the FBI had placed around them 9 years earlier. For over 40 years, the FBI chased leads. Suspects came and went. Deathbed confessions were made and dismissed. Amateur sleuths built cases. Family members pointed fingers. None of it held. In 2016, the FBI officially closed the case, unsolved. To this day, D.B. Cooper remains the only unidentified hijacker in American aviation history. He stepped out the back of an airplane into a storm, into the trees, into legend. And somewhere in the dark forests of the Pacific Northwest, or in an unmarked grave, or perhaps in a quiet house at the end of a long life, the answer waits. We may never know his name. We may never know his fate. All we have is the note, the bourbon glass, the empty seat at the back of the plane, and the mystery he left behind.